I love you, you love me. We're a great big family with a great big hug and a kiss from me to you. Won't you say you love me too? Hi, it's Miss Kathie again, Mrs. Rizzo. Nice to see you. What special holiday are we going to be celebrating this week? Yes, can you make a heart? It's going to be Valentine's Day. Are you getting ready for Valentine's Day? Yeah, I am too. I got some nice cards here from some of my friends, some nice Valentine cards, and I'm going to send some Valentine cards to my friends also. And who's here today with us? Do you remember who this is? Yes, it's Corduroy. Corduroy came to visit with us along with Spot the dog because I have some books about Corduroy and Valentine's Day and some books about Spot the dog. So let's start with Corduroy. Corduroy celebrating Valentine's Day. Huh? Aren't you? Yeah, I think you are. Corduroy's Valentine Day. It's almost Valentine's Day, Corduroy. Time to make some Valentines. Did you mark it on your calendar? Yeah. So you don't want to miss it. It's on Tuesday, right? Corduroy clears off a place to work and gets out his scissors, colored paper, and crayons. Do you have supplies, art supplies that you can make things with? Yeah? It's fun to make our own Valentines, isn't it? All you need is some crayons and some paper. Who is that at the door? Your friends are here, Corduroy. They want to make Valentines too. It's fun to make Valentines with your friends, isn't it? Looks like Corduroy is going to have a good celebration here. Everybody is hard at work. Look at the beautiful Valentines that they are making. Cutting and gluing, coloring, maybe even painting, right? It's fun to make your own Valentines. Time for a snack of juice and cupcakes. Better wash your paws and face, Corduroy. Yeah, when you've been busy using glue and paper, you need to wash your hands and be ready to have a nice snack for Valentine's Day. Are you going to have a special treat on Valentine's Day? Valentine's cupcakes look yummy. Look what's waiting for Corduroy when he gets back home. Happy Valentine's Day, Corduroy. He got some Valentines, didn't he? That's what that says. Happy Valentine's Day. Oh, you had a good Valentine's Day, I think, Corduroy, huh? Didn't you? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to put this book down here right now. Whoops. And I'm going to ask Corduroy to trade places with Spot the dog. Is that okay with you? Yes? Okay. Because Spot the dog is here today too. And Spot the dog wants to hear a story about Valentine's Day also. So Corduroy is going to sit over here. Thank you, Corduroy. And Spot the dog is coming over to read a Valentine's Day story too. Okay, Spot, now you be good, all right? I love you, Spot, is the name of this. Does your mom love you? Of course. And your dad? Grandma, Grandpa, I bet a lot of people love you. Teacher at school I know loves you. This Valentine's Day is special, and Spot is planning a special surprise. This heartwarming story is perfect for sharing with people you love. That's what Valentine's Day is about, isn't it? Love. Spot, are you going to play outside today? Mom asks. Not right now, Spot says. I'm busy making something. Can you guess what Spot is making? Huh? Yeah, I'll bet you know, right? I like this book because it's heart-shaped. Isn't that nice? So Spot's busy making something. He can't go outside to play yet. What's your favorite color, Mom? Spot asks. Oh, pink is my favorite color, Mom says. Yeah, it's good to find out what your mom's favorite color is if you're making her a Valentine, right? Spot's surprise is almost ready. I only need one more thing, he says. Spot finds just what he is looking for. What do you think he's looking for? He's by the garden, isn't he? Yeah, and his little cat friend is there too. Let's see. One more thing. You were right. Spot, Mom's calls. I've made you a special snack for Valentine's Day. And I've got something for you, Mom. Something special, Spot says. Well, what did Mom make for Spot? Yeah, Valentine cookies. And what is Spot giving to Mom? You were right. He picked a beautiful flower to go with his card that he made for her. What a nice treat, huh? I love you, Mom. And I love you, Spot, says Mom. That's what we say on Valentine's Day. We tell people that we love them, right? You have to say, I love you. That's the best words of all. Well, I have one more book for you. So I'm going to ask Spot the dog to come and sit with you. I know that Corduroy will take good care of you, Spot. Yeah, they're good friends, aren't they? And I want to read you another book. This one is about Curious George. I don't know where he went. Couldn't find him today, so he's not here, but I'm going to read to you about him anyway. Happy Valentine's Day, Curious George. Do you like Curious George? What does that word curious mean? Do you remember? Yeah, it means that they're always wondering about things. And of course, if you know Curious George, you know that he gets into mischief, doesn't he? This is George. He lived with his friend, the man with the yellow hat. He was a good little monkey and always very curious. It was Valentine's Day. George and his friend invited the neighborhood kids over to celebrate. George was so excited. Should we open the door for the neighborhood kids? There they are. Looks like they're going to have fun celebrating together. I hope you get to celebrate with your friends, maybe in school or maybe with your family. First, George and his friends decorated the house. George loves balloons. How big do you think he's going to blow up his balloon? Oh, George, be careful. He wants it to be big and bigger and bigger until what happened? Pop! You can't blow up a balloon too big. That's what happens, George. Sorry. But they did a good job decorating, don't you think? They made some nice decorations for their house. Looks like George got into the candy box too. Then they decorated some cookies. There were 3 colors of icing and many different kinds of sprinkles. Did you ever bake holiday cookies? And decorate them with icing, frosting, and sprinkles? The icing looked nice on George's cookie. He's got that kind of icing that you can squeeze out of a tube, right? Let's see what happens. Oh, George. George, you're going to make a mess. You're not supposed to play with them. This monkey wants to juggle them, I think. Oh, George. That is not a good idea. Always getting into trouble, George. Now, what would they do next? Well, make Valentines, of course. George made a special card for the man with the yellow hat. You see him? He's coming in with a box of, I guess, some decorations. Let's see. But, oh, what was this? I'm not sure what's in that box, but it looks like decorations to me, or maybe some more supplies, art supplies to make some more cards. I'm not sure. Let's find out. That big box was certainly very interesting. Oh, I think Curious George is getting curious again. Perhaps he could create something with it. Oh, George. The big box was very interesting, and George thought and thought and thought about it. Then George had an idea. He put a bow here and some glitter there. Then he cut a hole in the top. George was making, what do you think? Was he making a Valentine's Day box? That's what I made. Yeah, I decorated a box, and when I get my Valentine cards, I can put them in my Valentine's Day mailbox. I think that's what George might be doing. Do you think? A fancy box to put the Valentines in from his friends. I was right. Do you have something special to put your Valentines in? Maybe a bag or a box. You can decorate it, right? Let's find out what happens next with that curious George. Everyone began to clean up. Before he knew it, all that hard work made George very sleepy. You see he's leaning against the box. I think he's going to take a little nap. Well, when we work, it does make us tired, doesn't it? Soon the man with the yellow hat and the children came looking for George. Now, where could he be? Do you think you know? Let's find out. They're looking everywhere for him until the man lifted the box lid. What do you think they're going to find? You were right. Out jumped Curious George. They were all so happy to see him, and the children all cheered and said, "Happy Valentine's Day, George." That Curious George, always getting into mischief, right? Well, I don't know why I couldn't find Curious George. I have all my stuffed animal friends that I always bring when I read you a story, right? But I want to see if I got any more Valentines. Do you think I got any more Valentine cards? I have 2 right here. Maybe I should put them into the box. Let me open up the box. Oh, who's this? Curious George, what are you doing in my Valentine's box? He is curious, isn't he? You're silly. I was looking everywhere for you. Yeah, you are really a silly monkey. Well, you sit right here because we're going to sing one more song, okay? And it goes like this. Are you ready? Maybe I should let George sing this one. Skinnamarink-a-dink-a-dink, skinnamarink-a-doo, I love you. Skinnamarink-a-dink-a-dink, skinnamarink-a-doo, I love you. I love you in the morning and in the afternoon. I love you in the evening underneath the moon. Oh, skinnamarink-a-dink-a-dink, skinnamarink-a-doo, I love you. I love you. I hope you have a very happy Valentine's Day, and be sure and tell the people that you love them, okay? Because that's the best thing of all. Happy Valentine's Day.